Good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the USA International Speedway here in Lakeland, Florida, where tonight the Winter Meltdown, presented by Grisdale's Racing Products and London Recreational Racing and Caldecott Millwright Services, presents tonight's action here. You're just now coming into a live shot here of tonight's B main. We're going to take the top 10 out of this one. They're currently under the yellow flag here on lap number 5. And again, we're going to take the top 10 out of this one. Right now, Cole Quinton is leading Kyle Steckley running in second. Steckley, a name here on GeForce TV that you may be familiar with. Accomplished four-cylinder driver, and also made an appearance in some of our Canadian Tire Motorsport Park broadcast from last season that you may remember. He's currently going to join Quinton up on top of the front row. My name is Steve Ovens. Be joined by Adam Ross here momentarily as they get Rivals Race Chat wrapped up for the night. But we're glad that you've joined us here for tonight's coverage, and we're getting ready to get this field back to the green flag here in tonight's B main. We've already had time trials here tonight, where Alex McCollum has picked up the Reaper Speed Lab Pole Award, picking up $10 here this evening. And he's going to have an opportunity to get a whole lot more where that came from, as he's going to be going to the tail of the field for tonight's feature. But we'll tell you about that storyline a little bit later on. Right now, again, B main is on the racetrack right now. So it's Cole Quinton, Kyle Steckley, Ryden Lapsevich, Mike Husby, David Rockwood, Paul Pepper, Jamie Dyson, Marshall Schrenk, Joshua Stade, and Austin Penny right now your top 10 cars. We did have one driver that had to go to the tail for the B main tonight. That was Carson Nagy, and so he's going to be trying to claw his way from the back of the field here in this 25-lap B main. So tonight, round number 2 of the Grisdale's Racing Products win. We want to send a big shout out to Caldecott Millwright Services, as well as our third presenting sponsor here tonight, London Recreational Racing. Looks like the lights are off now on the pace car. We'll get ready to bring this field back to the green flag. Next time by, a great little facility here in Lakeland, Florida at the USA International Speedway here on the iRACING service, used quite a bit, not only on the paved side, but they also have this layout track covered in dirt, and a very, very racy little dirt track. So here we go, coming back to the green flag. It's going to be Cole Quinton bringing us back to green here in tonight's B main. Green flag is back out. Steckley immediately down to the inside lane, tucks into line. Everybody sorting for position, as you're going to see a lot of your top 10 drivers are going to race each other real clean right now, because, we got one car backed hard into the fence over there in turns 3 and 4. And they're going to try and get that car righted back around to keep us under the green flag. Right now, we are under the green, no yellow at this point. Joined here on the broadcast now by Adam Ross, just wrapping things up over at Rivals Race Chat. Adam, welcome to week number 2. We're watching B main coverage right now. Cole Quinton currently leading Kyle Steckley.
Fantastic. The talent pool is deep, that's for sure. I guess I need a link again, or I better go into my messages to find out where the link is so I can watch with you.
Yeah, we'll get that for you here. So we'll let Adam get that sorted out here, and we'll continue to track your top 10 cars here, as Quinton and Steckley have broken away from the pack. Right now we're watching the battle here with Mike Husby, go-kart racer. Father also raced some TQ midgets. Oh, look out, third place, up into the fence. That was Ryden Lapsevich. Pulls it back down into line. Boy, a close call there, and now we've got a battle for the race lead up front. Steckley taking a peek here on Quinton for the top spot. Quentin dives it in just a little bit high in turn number 3. They'll get it back into line, and now we'll go single file here down the front straightaway into turn number 1. So Quentin will work by a lap machine as they'll work down the back stretch, and Deckley right there with him. Tonight's B main is 25 laps in distance. The A main tonight is going to be 100 laps in distance. So for these drivers out here trying to qualify themselves into the big show tonight, this is a nice little test and tune session for them, as they're going to get 25 laps in here before tonight's 100 lapper. Oh, we've got right in front of your leader, and the leader's upside down on the front straightaway. Oh my goodness, Cole Quentin upside down in turn number 4. A couple of slower machines wrecked in front of him, and he got clipped just before the start-finish line. He goes upside down, and his chance at going to tonight's 100-lapper just went upside down. That was the 151 of Cole Quentin. He's got, he's still on his side here on the front straightaway. Now that car sits idle here as the field paces by. Oh, man. I mean, talk about a tough break. Wow. Let's take a look at the replay, and you're going to see as they come off of turn 4, two cars made heavy contact, and it looked like the 69 lost control of his car after making huge contact with that car that come to a stop. That was Wally Wilson. That looked like he had lost control of the 69 and turned down. I don't know that he had control of the race car, and it came right down in front of Cole Quentin, the race leader, who led 14 laps to start this one off. I mean, they were within 10 laps of making tonight's A main, and it all goes up right there. Ouch.
It's so heartbreaking for these guys, especially someone like Cole Quentin, who had to qualify through the racer server and run through that gauntlet and stay trouble-free. And then you get into this situation. I've always said, Stephen, the B main or the Consi, whatever you want to call it, is the best racing of the night because it means something. And there you go. There you have that exciting moment. And unfortunately, it's exciting because poor Cole Quentin's night got ruined. But yes, top 10 cars are going to transfer into the main event. Yeah.
Exciting for the fans, maybe not so exciting for Cole, but man, that's a tough break for him. But I'll tell you what, even though he may not have a shot here at one of these top 10 qualifying spots, he certainly flexed the muscle, and that's a great story coming out of the racer server. You know, when we're talking about coming out of the racer server in the gauntlet, Adam, tell the fans a little bit. We started to talk about it a little bit last week at South Boston, but kind of, paint that picture for the fans of how this all comes together to get our 30 drivers for tonight's A main.
We had to figure out a way. See, last year, and your team was a part of the broadcast for the APC series. Anyone who had ever raced with APC series was eligible to run. We wanted to open it up to more people. Grisdale Racing Products got involved, Caldecott got involved, London Recreational Racing. The best way we could split, you have to be affiliated with racing in Ontario. So we took anybody who runs a race car with slick tires, super late model, modified, super stock. They go straight into the driver's server, so they've got a chance to qualify for the 30 spots. Everybody else, drivers like my son, who runs an open wheel modified on treaded tires, and the list goes on and on. People who aren't involved in the series that puts you in with the drivers, you go into the racers group, and they narrow that group down to the top 10. Those 10 get to come up and try to compete with the drivers.
Coming back to green here off of turn number 4. They're going to put lap number 21 on the board. And we're going to have 5 laps to go here from USA International Speedway. And Adam, we got a couple of cars making contact here off of turn number 4. Let's see if they're able to get them righted back around. But We've got one car sitting on top of the wall. He's going to have to get cleared out of there. But Adam, your race leader, Kyle Steckley right now, this is a pretty good story here. Kyle, of course, son of Scott Steckley, a successful NASCAR Canada racer. And Kyle, no stranger to competing in events that we've either broadcasted or promoted here on G-Force.
No, you're absolutely right. And I'm watching cars backwards and all directions. They went yellow. So I think we're going to see a green-white-checker finish. But yeah, Kyle Steckley is a teenager with great lineage. He was a mini stock racer. Let's have a look at what went down to bring out this yellow. I believe it started in turn number 4, Stephen.
I believe you are correct. We had I saw one car that really darted out high through the corner, and we'll take a peek here. They're just taking the green flag, so I think I initially said 3 and 4, but I think it starts over here in turn number 2, and oh boy, I mean, that, I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive. USA International's got about 5 lanes that you could potentially fill up off of turn 2 if you absolutely had to, and the whole track was blocked.
Yeah, Blair Wickett and the Lifebusters 97. Donovan Price was involved. Who else is in there? I'm trying to see where it's okay. That's where it started, right there. Man, and it got everybody. Josh Dottie's involved in that. See, this is when you appreciate that it's iRacing, because that otherwise would have been probably a $25,000 crash for Blair Wickett.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've said that before. That's the beauty of iRacing. You just reach over and hit that clear button and call for the tow truck, man.
But, you know, the pressure is on. These drivers are serious about it. They want to make it to the main event. As I look quickly through the running order, so Eric Hinks right now runs in the 10th spot. He is one of our racers. And they're all racers. We just have to distinguish them somehow. I believe there's David Miller up there in the top 10. He comes out of the racer group. The number 13 is Justin Collison, a young third-generation race car driver. My son Connor's in there somewhere. I'm not sure what spot he's running. He might have been involved in some of that mishap. But Justin Collison running in the 9th spot. That is not a comfortable place.
No, definitely not. You do not want to be on the bubble right now. And right now, TJ Edwards is the guy on the outside looking in. He is going to try and get past Eric Hinks in the 29. This is going to be a highly coveted spot here. And as though that wasn't enough pressure, Green-white-checkered going to be the finish here in tonight's B main. And you were talking about Connor running in position number 16 right now. So, though he's not in a qualified spot, man, that's not a bad place to be if guys start getting real racy up front.
I was curious whether Donnie York, our race director, was going to restart them single file or double file. Looks like the cars at the front are doubling up. Yeah, double file restart, so this should be a wild one.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you who's probably licking his chops right now. We just had the cameras on him a second ago. That's TJ Edwards. Man, he's going to get to start now on the inside lane. And boy, with a green-white-checkered finish and a double file restart, I can't imagine a better scenario there. Let's see if he can capitalize on it. Lights are off on the Ford Mustang pace car. Sharp looking right there from iRacing. Here we go. Coming off of turn number 4. B main tonight. Green-white-checkered will be the finish. And what a restart for Steckley. Just absolutely took off here. Back to green. So watching the battle here is Husby is going to get by there for position number 3. Oh, they're dicing it up behind him. We've got a wreck on the back straightaway. It's the 297 of Austin Penny is around. He'll spin it back around and rejoin the pack. White Silk in the air this time, though. Final lap around here. Oh, look out, contact. Hanks goes around. And they're going to race it back to the line, so it's still Kyle Steckley out front. coming off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Kyle Steckley will win tonight's B main. Paul Pepper's headed to the big show. Mike Husby's going to the big show. Rockwood, Lapsevich, Dyson, McFerrin, Collison, Everingham, Wilson, Wally Wilson will be the final transfer car, finishing 10th.
Remember, Wally Wilson was involved in that wicked wreck that saw Blair Wickett get upside down, wind up on top of the wall. So it's about survival. I mean, you want to be fast, but you got to survive to make it into the show.
Absolutely, you do. Wow. Impressive stuff right there. The B main, boy, they definitely set the bar high for tonight's A main, and we want to thank all of our sponsors here, Grisdale Racing Products, as well as Caldecott Millwright Services and London Recreational Racing, our trio of presenting sponsors of the Winter Meltdown here tonight. And Adam, thoughts as we get ready to roll the field for tonight's 100-lapper here from USA?
My thoughts are, people have a lot of laps at USA on iRacing. It's one of the tracks that comes free with the software. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a race where you have to conserve your stuff. If you use up your right front, it's going to kill you over the long haul. So I want to see some green flag racing. I want to see a long stretch of racing. And we do need to mention a big welcome to Reaper Speed Labs, who's come on to be our pole award sponsor for the rest of the season.
Yes, they have. Reaper Speed Lab put up tonight's pole award, and you're going to see the pole sitter, Alex McCollum, who's going to be headed to the back of the pack. He has taken the charge from the back challenge from our race director, Donnie York. This is going to be very interesting to follow his progress tonight. Adam, it's one of those deals that, you know, as a racer, you've got that choice to try and take that challenge, and it can go one of two ways. Yeah, you can charge through the field, but sometimes by taking that challenge, you put yourself in the hornet's nest. I'm going to be very interested to see how Alex does with it tonight.
He's already a big story among the racers because Alex McCollum is from New Jersey. This is a series for Ontario racers, or racers with a link to Ontario. He's done some racing up here, but the reason he's even in the show, he is filling in for Jordan House tonight, trying to get points for the young man out of Ontario.
So that will be a story to follow. You're going to see the starting field tonight roll through your screen as we're on our final pace lap here. We're going to be coming to green this next time by. And it is going to be, and how about this front row? Dale Shaw in the 83 APC Racer, starting alongside Blake Neer in the 14, who picked up the big win last week in round number 1 of the Grisdale's Racing Products Winter Meltdown. Here we go, off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Round number 2 from USA International is green. Oh boy, getting real close here on the opening start as Neer will take the outside lane. He's going to take the advantage into turn number 3, but Shaw just absolutely piled it down into turn number 3. Traden Lapsevich back with us here this week aboard the 32. Right now sliding into position number 3. Now he had a fill-in driver last week. His brother Caden Lapsevich was a fill-in driver. Traden back here with us this week.
And it looks like somebody must have missed the start. I saw Brandon McFerrin just limping around the inside of the racetrack. I believe he might have had to start from pit road. Gareth Gonder gets knocked sideways onto turn number 4. That was a huge save for the driver of the number 81.
Big save there, and oh, you can see you've got some cars dancing around here, and you know these drivers. The one thing that I think is really cool about this series, and you see this with iRacing leagues, Adam, is fixed setup. Oh, we got one car around right there in the top of your screen, going
David
backwards.
Rockwood. Yeah, David Rockwood in the 190, unbelievably, everybody able to get through. One thing about this series, Don York is the race director. He decides when to go yellow. So he said, if it's a one-car spin and the car keeps going, we're going to try to keep it green. And Stephen, this is what we want. We want to see drivers racing under green flag conditions. Let them start to use these cars up. Let them start to have to really work these race cars around the track. that's when we're going to get some entertainment.
Getting a look out back of Lapcevich's 32. He's looking at Parker Traves in the 60. You'll remember Traves was our second place finisher last week at South Boston. He's already in the top 5 and doing well. He started 7th and right now runs in position number 4. Joe Lawrence just behind him in the, it looks like the Pennzoil sponsored 78 there for Joe Lawrence. That's your top 5 as they run right now. And yeah, so fixed setup for these guys. Everybody running on the same setup. All comes down to driver here tonight. Another rule that we want to tell you about here at the beginning stages of this race, these drivers only have one set of tires to their use. And as we ride on board here with Dustin Momborkat, how'd I do there first time round?
Pretty good. Now, I always say it Momborkat, but I mean, you put the emphasis on a different syllable, and that's what you get. It's all good.
I like it. All right.
Did I tell you, I spoke with Bill Grisdale last Wednesday, and he got a real good chuckle. Out of the Griswold. So they're in good spirits, Stephen. I won't bring it up again, but I did want to tell you that I spoke with him, and he thought that was pretty funny.
You won't believe, and the fans at home won't believe how many times I've said Grisdales in the last 7 days. We're good to go now. Let's take a look here at Blake Neer up on top of the leaderboard as he took the lead on the opening lap and is setting a torrid pace right now. Dale Shaw running in second, Trayton Lapcevich third. And these guys, you know, this is early in the race right now, just 10 laps on the board now. Still got 90 to go, and it'll be interesting tonight. I don't, you know, I'm wondering how much tire strategy versus track position will come into play tonight. We didn't see a lot of the, you know, guys taking tires at South Boston because, you know, track position was just so key there. Do you think we see a lot of the same tonight here, Adam?
I don't think you can afford to give up track position here. I mean, it's such a, it'll be fascinating. Now, having said that, I just noticed the right front brake rotor on the Lapcevich number 32 glowing red on lap 12. We got one around. I believe that's David Miller in the 11. I could be mistaken. We'll have to see it come up in the ticker, and we have gone yellow. I'm sorry, Jamie Dyson. Yeesh. I think I called him David Miller in the last race as well when I saw that 11.
Yep, Jamie Dyson around, and unfortunately could not get the car turned back around before the leaders came by, and that's going to pin Dyson a lap down to the field here as we work yellow. Right now we've got 3 cars 1 lap down to the field. Let's take a look here at the replay. And, a little help there.
Yep. And I don't know. I mean, that lane looked like it was there, so I don't. Oh, ball came up the track and someone collected hard. You know, it's not always as crystal clear as it looks when you watch it back. To the car on the bottom come up, to the car on the top come down. There's usually some mutual responsibility to go around.
Absolutely. Probably one of the most used terms at a racetrack. 2 drivers going for the same piece of real estate. Yeah, if you're ever at your local short track, play a game with your buddy in the grandstands, and you know, man, you want to do high stakes, do a buck every time you hear it. I know I say it probably too much, but working yellow here. So I think this is a good opportunity here as we work the yellow to step aside here. We'll get a couple words in from some of our great sponsors, and when we come back, we'll bring you back to the green flag. You're watching the Winter Meltdown here from the USA International Speedway.
What makes a trailer a Miska? Is it the heavy-duty Canadian steel they're made from? Or is it the exceptional finish that will last year after year? How about knowing that these are the best back trailers in the industry? These are the reasons you buy Miska. So what makes these trailers a Miska? It's the hard-working Canadians who craft them. We are Miska. We are Canadian tough.
a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave Ribs. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.
A guy like this, who relies on his truck for work, knows that his truck will take care of him if he takes care of his truck. And WeatherTech has always been the ultimate protection. From floor liners to no-drill mud flaps to tech liner for your truck bed to bump step to the handy under-seat storage system. And Cup Phone keeps phones secure in any cup holder. Order your ultimate protection today at weathertech.ca.
Welcome back to the USA International Speedway, round number 2 of the Grisdale's Racing Products Winter Meltdown, presented by Caldecott Millwright Services. Caldecott Millwright Services and London Recreational Racing. My apologies there, just taking a look at the timing and scoring. Kind of lost my place for a second, but we're getting ready to come back to the green flag here off of turn number 4. Green lights are back on, and look at Trayton Lapsevich with a big move down to the inside. He'll take the Reaper speed lap 32. Oh, look out, Dale Shaw goes around in the 83. And that's going to put us back under the yellow flag. Caution lights are out, and it is for probably one of your pre-race favorites who had a great starting spot tonight, Dale Shaw in car number 83. And he's got to get that thing turned around and get it into gear so that he doesn't lose a lap there as the pace car was coming up on him. We'll have to take a look here at the replay. A tough break for Dale Shaw.
And we're going to watch the yellow number 78. So it looked like Dale got moved up a little higher on the track than he wanted to be. And boy, oh boy, you nailed it. Talk about two drivers, one in the same piece of real estate. Dale was coming back down into the racing groove. Joe Lawrence was coming up. I'd be pretty surprised if we don't see Joe Lawrence sent to the back of the field for this one.
Yeah, we're going to take another look here, and yeah, Shaw just kind of got moved to the outside, and as they come off the corner, that's one of those tough calls at a racetrack. That's where I envy I don't envy the race director at all to have to try and figure out, who came down or who came up.
Well, the nice thing is, generally the way the rules go and the officiating goes, you don't have to judge intent. I don't think Joe Lawrence came off at turn number 2 thinking, I'm going to turn Dale Shaw. I don't think Dale Shaw thought, I'm going to put my driver's door right on the right front of Joe Lawrence and muscle my way back into line. But they're both involved. They should both go to the back. And it looks like Joe Lawrence has been sent to the back because he's no longer up there at the front of the pack as we look at the spot where he was. And we're looking at Blake Neer in the 14, Trayton Lapsevich in the 32, and then Tyler DiVincenzo, who did a real nice job avoiding that mishap. Everybody did a nice job to get around that wreck.
That they did. Lap 20 here, so we're just about 20% of the way through tonight's race, and right now Joe Lawrence sitting in position number 6. That's the Pennzoil sponsored 78.
So what should happen with the way we talked about it, once they get the 2 to go signal, so once anybody who wants to pit has pitted, then they should put the 78 to the back. And it looked like he was pulling down out of line to head towards the rear of the field there. And again, you don't need to judge intent because it doesn't matter. Involved car, go to the back and start over.
Awesome. There you go. Adam Ross, Johnny on the spot here. Hey, while we're working yellow here, I want to recognize some of the folks that are checking in here on the GeForce TV YouTube page, commenting here tonight. We've actually got a Joe Lawrence fan, Don Martin, claiming his fandom here for the number 78 ride. He's checking in here. Steve Petty checking in as well. Tammy. We've got Fanside checking in as well. Excited to watch tonight's program. They were even asking some questions about Trayton Lapsevich's car. Very sharp-looking 32 here tonight. And we've even Adam, we've even got an apology for you. We've got a race fan that missed Rivals Race Chat tonight, but they're here for the Winter Meltdown tonight. But the good thing, Adam, is even though they missed Rivals Race Chat, they can go back and watch after the program's done here tonight.
You got it. And we got great fans. You know, that's a Canadian fan right there apologizing for what they weren't able to do earlier. But I'll tell you, it's been great. This has been a great addition for GeForce TV. The broadcast has been great. And I'm going to give Fanside a plug because they came out with such a cool podcast, Stephen. Some of the most passionate racing fans you've ever seen. And they do fantastic work with their podcast. So you'll have to check them out. Fanside Podcast.
Absolutely. I got to check it out now for sure. We're back to green. Green flag is back out. And it is going to be Near who's going to lead them here. The best battle on the track right now is for position number 10. And we got a yellow. Caution coming back out. 24 laps on the board. And let's take a look. I think that's Lapsevich.
That's Ryden Lapsevich, and I was mistaking him last week for somebody else, but he got mixed up. What a shame. We had such a great green flag run, and hopefully we'll get more green flag racing because this racetrack excited me because you use a lot of brakes down into the corner, so these cars are going to be a handful. Let's see what brought out this yellow flag.
Yeah, we'll take a look, and you can see them dicing it up for position there. He's got Shaw down to the inside and oh, what a tough break for Kyle Steckley, who gets it twice, 3 times. Oh, man. Lapsevich got involved, and Steckley there, he's got damage to the 24. Winner of your B main tonight. Oh, that's a tough break. We'll have to keep an eye on Steckley because you know, he took enough of a shot to the front end of the car there that, you know, you're going to be concerned about taking the radiator out and having some overheating issues as this race goes on. You see he is now on pit lane for repairs. We've got several cars here on pit lane for repairs. Now, if you're watching here and you see them on pit lane trying to make those repairs, no fast repairs. So if you're familiar with iRacing, no fast repairs here. This is a true simulation. Here with the Winter Meltdown, if you get an incident on track, you get a little bit of damage, you got to come down pit road and fix it just like you were at the races. It's as true a simulation as you can get here with the Winter Meltdown, and I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, and you'll have to tweak procedures a little bit, but that's one that I don't see us changing. I like it. I'll tell you this much. We're tracking point standings this season. We're also tracking incident point standings. The top 3 from last week got through those 100 laps at South Boston with 0 incident points each. Very impressive. Our highest incident point getter was up in the 40s, and that's a pretty tough night because, as you know, the most I've seen in one wreck, I think, is 8 incident points. So if you get up to 40, you've been in 5 wrecks in that race. In fact, I don't know how your car is still running.
You've had a real bad night. You've had a real bad night. That's for sure.
Hey, Steven, while we've got a yellow, let's talk about Land of Legends and the announcement they made. We had Paul on our Rivals Race Chat show earlier, but you guys are going to start streaming every week from Land of Legends Saturday night, and it is going to be free to the race fans.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're very, very excited about that. And you know, I really enjoyed Paul's interview with you guys on Race Chat tonight because, you know, you guys have really paved the way at Oshweekend for, you know, live streaming to your audience for free. And in talking and having some conversations with Clinton, you know, this week and in the past, you know, it has done wonders for your guys' race program at Oshweekend. And I'm so excited to see what that will do for our race program and you know, trying to increase fans and at the end of the day, getting more eyeballs on our race product. That's the end goal. And I, like I said, very excited to see how that works out. But yeah, landoflegendstv.com, you're going to be able to see the Northeast Big Block Modifieds each and every Saturday night. We're a few cars short of a Super Dirt Car Series show every Saturday at the Land of Legends, and fans are going to be able to tune in to it for free. So we're very excited about that. coming back to green here. Off of turn number 4. Let's see what Lapcevich does here on the outside lane for the restart. Green lights are back on. Near gets a good restart, but I'll tell you, Trayton Lapcevich was right there with him on the start. He'll tuck down into line, and right now moving up into position number 3 is going to be, Tyler DiVincenzo, who's trying to hold off Parker Traves in the 60. Came home with a second-place finish last week, and he's back in the top 5 once again.
In our top 4, we've got 2 drivers and 2 racers. So Parker Traves and Blake Neer, they've got to transfer through the racer server every week as we got Connor James slipping past the 0-3 of Ray Morneau. Connor James, that SSG gloves number 4, almost into the top 5.
Yeah, Connor James, and we certainly know that Ray Morneau is got a lot of fans that tune in here on the live stream here on GeForce TV. Morneau, a very much a fan favorite here, whether it's with the APC series or here with the Winter Meltdown. And right now he's got a great run going here in position number 7. James just ahead of him, and Dustin Mombercat.
Nailed it. I love the views we're getting from Matt Thomas, FLX Media, because when you look down the straightaway at the cars exiting the turns, you see how light the back end is. You see a lot of cars running very, very well, and you see them dart to the inside off the corner. They're chasing their race cars because the back end has gotten light. So we're on board with Trayton Lapcevich in the 2nd spot.
Yeah, let's ride with him here for half a lap or so and see if we can see that wheel input of what you're talking about. Actually, you just saw it there from Blake Neer as the 14 stepped out on him, and here comes Lapcevich with a move down to the inside. He'll put the Reaper speed, and you can see both of those right front rotors just cherry red there through the corner. Boy, these guys are racing hard for that lead.
Oh yeah, and this is absolutely what we want. Even without a battle for the lead, they're having to drive these cars to keep the right front on them going in, keep the right rear on them coming off the turn. We're not even to the halfway point yet, so at the next yellow flag, we're going to see drivers start to make decisions. Do they want to stay out, or do they want to go in for tires and see if they can weave through this competitive field?
Trayton Lapcevich leading here on lap number 37. As he has got Blake Neer, and Neer has not let him go. It was just a little wiggle out of the back end of the 14 that allowed Lapcevich to get by. And right now, Neer right on the back bumper. It's all it's going to take is a little wiggle from Lapcevich there to do just the same back as right now 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Nose to tail here going into turn number 1. Good battles all the way around as you start to see the 60 of Parker Traves. He's starting to get a little bit of glow off of that right front rotor as well. So a lot of guys kind of racing their cars a little bit differently right now. I'm interested to see as this race goes on, our guys that are just outside of the top 5, a Ray Morneau, a Connor James, Brody McPherson, are they kind of letting these guys up ahead of them kind of, be the rabbits out front and then be there to capitalize at the end? It's going to be exciting to see what happens here over the next 60 laps.
It's funny you say that. I was just thinking the same thing as we watched Morneau, about 5 car lengths off the back bumper of Connor James out there running in the 7th spot. And there's more behind him that are sort of finding some open racetrack to run their own race in. Now, having said that, Rick Spencer Walton, the 31, blue and orange machine running a little bit further back. He had to chase that car almost down to the infield grass coming off the corner just a couple laps ago. So I think some of this is riding, some of this is surviving.
I think one driver we should give a call to here is the 6 of Mike Husby. He came out of the B main tonight, started in position number 23, and he's currently worked his way, just now cracked into the top 10 for the first time of the night. We've got one car down on the apron of the racetrack, pulls it off of the racing lane, and we'll stay under green. But a good run here so far for Husby, who's running in the top 10. We talked about him in the B main, go-kart racer. Father raced TQ midgets, so some racing lineage there for Mike Husby, and got a good run going here in the top 10.
Yeah, he's having a great run. I'm going to find a picture this week to send to Matt Thomas that we can feature next time Husby transfers out of the racer server, because his father, Paul Husby, I believe it was his father, might have been his uncle, was the subject of one of the more famous racing pictures taken in the 1980s in Ontario.
Awesome. So right now, Trayton Lapsevich just under 0.2 of a second ahead of Blake Neer, and Neer is kind of backed off of the back bumper by a half a car length there. But you see in your screen now where the top two had broken away, that gap has shrunk. Now within the top 6 cars are all right together here. And I don't know if you saw it out of the corner of the screen last time by, but we're starting to approach a little bit of slower traffic. This is going to get very interesting as everybody has been hugging that inside line through the turns.
Yeah, there is one preferred groove here, and again, you can use the apron of the track to help transfer weight in the car. You'll see some drivers dip down off the apron going into the turn. You'll see some of them through the middle. You want to avoid the apron coming off the corner. I've always found it really upsets the race car, but these guys are right on the bumper of the car in front of us. We're looking back at Parker Traves, number 60.
Taking a look back at Traves. Traves takes a look. Oh, he wasn't quite there. Trying to stick that Chevy Camaro down to the inside of turn number 3, trying to make a move, could not make it happen. Lap 48 goes on the board. We're 2 shy of the halfway mark here. 100 lapper here for round number 2 of the Winter Meltdown. And we are watching the battle here between your top 6, now make it 7 cars. Or excuse me, yeah, top 6 cars as Connor James, the 6th car in line there, as they are nose to tail here, and a lot of these guys logging laps right now, but they're logging very quick laps, and it looks like Connor James has got a little bit faster car than what he's shown here so far, as he is pulling right up on Mombercat in the 16.
These guys are so smooth. Halfway this time, 50 laps down, 50 to go as Traves looks to the inside going down into turn 1.
Traves makes a move down to the bottom. He's going to battle here with DiVincenzo down the back straightaway. And the Pizza Man sliding out to the top side. Just picked that up off of the race chat. We got guys cheering for the Pizza Man here. Coming down the line, they'll put lap 51 on the board. Good battle here for third. Now they're almost side by side as it looked like James was going to try and make a move here. And boy, what great racing here. And I'll tell you, DiVincenzo has not allowed Traves to get away from him. He's been able to keep that under on the right rear quarter, and now Traves will finally clear him. But the question is, how long is the door going to be open? Is the Pizza Man going to go from 3rd to 6th here? It looks like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've got to think he's going to fade back to 6, and a wise choice. He backs right off, watches Connor James go by, gets down in front of Ray Morneau. You don't want to lose those spots, but at some point, you've got to cut your losses.
Talking about Ray Morneau there, he's got some company. Jake Watson in the 88 has pulled up on his back bumper. Watson was quite a distance back. A little bit of an interesting story here. Is Jake Watson, Adam?
Jake Watson wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a passionate young man. Excitement follows him. And, you know, people sometimes overlook the fact he's just a darn good race car driver. You know how some drivers just have that aura about them of drama follows them, and they participate. But by and large, he's a hell of a wheelman.
Well, he's certainly showing it right now. Started in 13th. He's now up to 8th, knocking on the back door of Ray Morneau. We're going to pick up the battle here for 3rd as Traves has been able to get by, as did Mombercat in the 16. He moves up now to 4th. And right now, rounding out the top 5 after making that pass just a couple laps ago is Connor James in car number 4. So good run here so far for Connor James, who, an interesting stat here of him, finished 2nd last year in the NASCAR Pinty Series race with the nose torn off of his car. It looks like he's not going to have to worry about the nose being torn off the car tonight. He's got a crate run going in 5th.
You got that right. In these cars, you need the nose. Downforce plays a big role, the shape of the bodies. The NASCAR Pinty Series, not so much, but it sure was funny to watch him out there racing in what looked to be an open wheel modified. I mean, he was using his radiator as a front bumper, which meant don't use your front bumper. There was nothing out in front of that car.
58 laps in now as we're starting to close up here on lap number 60. We'll have about 40 to go, and the caution comes out. Yellow flag is out.
I was just going to say, Stephen, if we don't get a yellow real soon, these drivers' minds are made up. You can't possibly come in for tires. With 40 laps to go, that might be appealing to come down and get some fresh American Racer tires. Let's see what the yellow is for.
We'll take a look here at the replay, and I want to ask everybody that's watching here on GeForce TV, if you were one of the leaders, what would you do right now? Would you stay out? Would you come in for tires? As you see the 64 upside down here on the front straightaway, and it looked like the rear end of that car there for Brandon McFerrin. Boy, he has not had a great night tonight. A lot of bad luck coming the 64 driver's way tonight as he missed the initial grid and started a lap down and now finds himself upside down. But going back to what we were talking to the fans about, Adam, I'm very curious, you know, as we see drivers coming down pit lane here for pit stops, and some of these drivers, I do believe, were at least from 11th or 12th on back. I didn't see any of the leaders head down pit lane.
Well, I'll tell you, Dale Shaw in the 83, Garrett Tiemersma, Rick Spencer, Walt, DJ Christie. So these are all cars that had flirted with the top 10. I mean, Dale Shaw was running up in there earlier in that 83 machine. So he'll come down there, get some fresh rubber. Also probably get a few repairs made to that 83, fix up the aero. Rick Spencer, Walt back down and underway. These guys will be fun to watch coming back through the field because, again, you're going to be a superhero coming off the corner on fresh tires.
Well, I'll tell you what is it looks like we've got drivers from 12th on back that have pitted here under this yellow flag, and I'll tell you what, Adam, Dale Shaw with 4 fresh tires here with 40 to go. Sign me up. Sign me up. I want to see that show.
Matt, you're done for the night. Just go on board with Dale Shaw for the rest of the. No, I forgot to say, and this is my bad, Stephen. When I did speak with Bill Grisdale last Wednesday, he was very complimentary of your announcing style. He's heard a lot of people. You know, he's listened to a lot of race announcers. He really enjoyed your call of the races.
Well, appreciate that very much. We certainly have fun with it, that's for sure. And we're very happy that, and you mentioned it earlier, we're very fortunate to have not only you here broadcasting with us, but Matt Thomas running the video controls. He's been doing iRacing broadcast for a very, very long time. I won't date him with that comment, but I'll just say we've got some experience on our side. We'll say that. And it's really been fun.
When did the Thomas family start doing video at the races?
Oh, I was gonna say late 70s.
And I was gonna say I remember watching videos when I'd be at Jim Ferlito's house down in Oswego, and we'd be watching Thomas video productions. And that had to be the 80s.
Yeah. Oh man, absolutely. Hey, when I was just a wee tot, Mel Thomas was the announcer at my home track when I was growing up. Man, it's really cool. And speaking of Mel, by the way, Adam, a little bit jealous here. He's down watching the dirt races down in Florida right now in 78-degree weather.
He paid his dues. Now, Matt says he's working down there, but boy, oh boy, it'd be great to be down there. We're going back to green, 35 laps to go.
Yes, we are. 35 to go. And let's see, can these top 11 cars. So the first car, Gareth Gonder is going to be that first car as we watch these battles here. Gonder is the first car that pitted for tires in line here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all works out. And I'm telling you, look at these cars, Adam. You mentioned it earlier. These cars are really stepping out on these guys right now.
If you're a fan of the APC series, Gareth Gonder is the spotter for Andrew Grisdale, and that 81 machine looks just like Grisdale's 81 APC entry. They're too wide in front of these guys, though, so fresh tires or not, if you don't have room to move, you can't go anywhere, and the yellow flag is flown once again.
And caution lights coming on here on lap number 66, and it looks like Paul Pepper and was that the 24? Kyle Steckley, unfortunately, getting tied up in one here. Both of those cars actually a lap down to the field, and they're the only two cars that are only one lap down to the field right now. It looks like they got tangled up here in turn number 1. Let's take a look.
Just got a little bit hot into the corner. Riding Lapsevich, wrong place, wrong time. So was Dyson in the 11.
Yep.
Paul Pepper brings the best looking race car to the track week in and week out. I mean, that thing is beautiful. And this is a likeness of the super stocky races. This doesn't do it justice.
You know, you talk about the likeness of race cars, and you were just talking a moment about Gareth Gonder and what his car looks like. That's something we've seen in the off season here with some of the iRacing events. No matter what it is that you're watching, Adam, it's been actually, it was starting last year. We saw guys that, you know, had graphic wraps that were just like the car that you'd see on the racetrack. Now fast forward to the winter 2021, now we've got guys racing with the wraps that they haven't even been on the racetrack yet. Like, it's pretty cool to see all that stuff come full circle.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to Trayton Lasovich this week. I just saw a big Hoosier sticker above the right front on the fender there. We'll have to get an American Racer sticker put up there. But it is real, and that's what we remind the drivers. And I don't want to call out one brand, but I don't want to see a Budweiser car out on the racetrack if Budweiser isn't giving you money or beer. You know, have them be a fair representation of who you want to represent, who represents you.
What's that marketing buzzword? Impressions, right? All about those impressions. That's the name of the game, and we've seen a lot of drivers be successful with that, not just on the in real life racing, but here on the sim as well. So we're working yellow here. 69 laps on the board, 31 to go. We were talking about Gareth Gonder being the first car on fresh tires. He's up to 11th after restarting 13th, I think it was, on that restart. So he's picked off a couple of spots, but you know, Adam, I think, you know, obviously for anybody from Gonder on back that's got those fresh tires, they need green flag laps here to close this one out. You know, any yellows are going to hurt their chances to try and advance forward right now.
The trouble they run into, these restarts are a great opportunity to pick up spots, also a great opportunity to destroy your night and crash. So you want to take advantage of them, but you just can't keep creating more yellows because you'll run out of time to get up to the front.
Checking out some of the comments here, folks that are watching along. We've got Dana Morneau. I'm sure we know who she's rooting for here tonight. Catherine Hilliard cheering on Garrett in the 117. And I love it, man. You talked about the Fanside podcast. They've been chiming right in all along here tonight. They weren't sure what to do on taking tires or not taking tires, but they did say that, Dale Shaw is going to be one to watch here on those fresh tires. But right now, it's Gareth Gonder, who Steve is cheering for here in the comments section. Pretty cool. Coming back to green. And let's see, can Blake Neer hang with Lapsevich here on the restart? They're going to go side by side in the corner, and Neer wisely moves down to the inside lane. He doesn't want to lose any spots as Parker Traves is going to take third down the back straightaway. That's where he restarted, and Connor James very wisely as well, locking it down on the inside lane. The first car up on the outside groove right now is Morneau in the 03 as he'll battle alongside the 97 into turn. Oh, look out, we've got contact behind him. It was right around Gareth Gonder in the 81. I think it was a car behind him. Spins, keeps it going, and Adam, I think that's DJ Christie.
Yep, DJ Christie, a dirt sprint car racer whose dad was a late model racer. He got the short end of that stick, got the car going again. Good job for Donnie York keeping us under green, because this is, now we're yellow.
Oh, tough break there for the 78 machine, getting caught up in one here.
I'm going to pull a bit of a Don Cherry here. Kids, for those of you watching at home, let's look at this replay, and then I'm going to tell you what I just saw that you need to learn. Getting tangled there off of 4, and then 2 cars involved, so that warrants a caution. When that yellow came out, and you may say, hey, that's obvious, everyone in the top 6 spots fanned out and found their own lane to run. When the yellow was called, and Matt Thomas is telling us in our ear, we've yellow, everybody finds their own lane to get slowed down, because nothing sucks more than the car in front of you checking up harder than you check up, or the car behind you not getting woed up quite as quickly as you do. So find your own lane, roll out of the throttle and slow down. That's how you're going to keep your nose clean in short track racing.
In the types of cars that we're seeing race here tonight, and in your experience with the cars racing on pavement, Adam, an interesting question I have for you. Do you still see drivers throw a hand up in the air when the yellow comes out like that?
Yes, I think more people put them out the driver's window anymore. I think your line of vision. Now, the open wheel modifieds that I drove, vintage modifieds, and we've got Connor Ross here. He runs a vintage modified. Not sure if we've got anyone else. The rear windows had to be big enough that you could really see people waving their hands. That was a real important thing. Colored gloves, white gloves, yellow gloves, something that people can see. It's like I said, racing is expensive for one, and for two, you don't want to ruin your night when a yellow comes out because someone didn't know the yellow was out and didn't slow up as quickly as you do.
Yeah, I was always curious. That was something that as a youngster racing, I remember seeing that as a kid, go-kart racing. I thought it was the first time you saw it, I thought it was the funniest thing. I'm like, why are they waving? What is going on? And then the yellow flag comes out, and then you realize why. And so, like you said, trying to preserve that car, limit the damage. And right now, talking about limiting the damage, man, these guys up front have raced hard tonight. We haven't necessarily, though, Adam, seen them leaning on one another, but we're starting to get into that crunch time here in this race. We're going to take the green flag with about 20 laps to go, and we're getting down to crunch time now.
Oh, exactly. And like you say, you're going to see the characteristics of these cars magnified. Matt's been whispering in our ears, keep an eye on Connor James. That 4 car's starting to push a little bit. It's all about choices. And now drivers are going to make the choice that I'm not going to lift. If that door opens just a little bit, I've got to stick my nose in there because it's time to go. That's what we're about to see.
And on these double file restarts, it's so important. We saw on that last restart, and that's what I'm looking forward to watching here on this restart. Obviously the inside lane has been the preferred groove all night long. It always is here at USA. But, for double file restarts, boy, if you get caught on that outside lane, you've got to find a way to the bottom quickly without getting freight trained here by the inside lane. Let's see how it works out. Lapsevich will be the control car here, coming right to about that white line that they just passed. Green lights are back on. Pretty solid restart there for Blake Beer, but just as we saw last time, he's going to tuck into line, take the second spot, and he'll race on off of turn 2. And Connor James, what a run off the outside lane. That's the best run that we've seen in the outside groove here the last couple of restarts.
Yeah, when the driver on the inside will give you that opportunity and not rough you up, you can get a big run. We saw Nick Ramsey in the 50. He got up out of the groove a little bit further back in the top 10. He's still sliding backwards. Connor James drifts into that 4.
Right now, your top 5. Now make it 6 cars, nose to tail here, with just 19 laps to go here from the USA International Speedway. Round 2 of the Winter Meltdown. presented by Grisdale's Racing Products, London Recreational Racing, and Caldecott Millwright Services. Here comes Gonder down to the inside. Currently running, last time by was in 10th, and now he's going after Watson. You see the back end of his car dancing around, but he didn't lose a lot of time because those 4 tires are gripping the USA right now.
Gareth Gonder, Ryan Dyson, these guys are moving their way forward. Ryan Dyson missed opening night last week, and Dale Shaw's ahead of them even, and we just saw someone clobber the wall.
Wow. Yeah, that was a hard lick there for the 13. Justin Collison. Oh, no! That's 3 of your top 5 cars, Adam, that just got involved in some kind of altercation after the yellow came out. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a game changer. So this is a tough one to officiate because the yellow had already come out. Let's have a look at what goes on. We just talked about the importance of getting sorted out when a yellow is called.
Let's take a look here. And yeah, I may have misspoke. Boy, it looks like possibly the back end came around on Traves in the 60.
Do you take requests, Matt? Are we able to look from the back bumper of the 60 car? We'll check out this replay, but I'd love to see it.
So we'll take the angle here from the inside, and yeah, Connor James just a little tap, and like we said, we're down to crunch time now. I mean, now's the time to go. And if Connor James thought he had an opportunity there, now's the time to take that.
Yeah, but we've really read the riot act. Yeah, we've read the riot act to these drivers. We're going to look off the rear bumper of Parker Traves, and I'm just going to shut up. And you could see the nose of the 4 car just drifted up off the bottom. Contact was made, and feelings were hurt.
Wow. And it is going to shake up the field here. Here's your top 5 after we sorted all that out. Trayton Lapsevich, your race leader. Blake Neer, 2nd. Tyler DiVincenzo running in 4th. And right in your screen, Dale Shaw, 4 fresh tires on the 83. Running in position number 4. Ray Morneau right now rounds out the top 5. You see the rest of the top 10 there on your screen. And I got to tell you, Adam, 10 laps ago, I wasn't so sure that tonight was going to be the night for Dale Shaw, but he's going to have an opportunity here.
This is what I love about racing. The top 3 have done nothing wrong tonight. They've run a good race. Tyler DiVincenzo especially, he's drifted up the field. He's fallen back a few spots. These guys have run hard and run clean. All of a sudden, they've got Dale Shaw. He's not wearing a fire suit anymore. He's wearing a superhero cape because he's got fresh rubber.
Boy. Well, and we've talked to some of the fans on the YouTube page here, making their comments here tonight. So we're going to ask you again, who are you taking here? We've got, we're going to have just about 10 laps to go, maybe 11 to go when we take the green. And we want to know, who's your pick here? Is it going to be Shaw with the 4 fresh tires? Can Lapsevich hold on? He's had a strong car. Maybe Blake Neer's been saving just a little bit here for the end to try to make a move. And, we talked about the pizza man earlier, Tyler DiVincenzo, running in 3rd here for the restart. It's going to be interesting.
And it's going to be something, that's for sure.
I love it. Fan side checking in here, Adam. Lappy, Neer not far, and delivery man in the top 3. I love it. Good stuff.
Hey, as long as the fans are engaged in what's going on, that's what we really want. So we see Lapsevich close in on the pace car here. I'll just send it over to you. I'm a fan at this point.
All right, man, here we go. Coming back to the restart. They're going to have 11 laps to go when they cross the line this time. Trayton Lapsevich, Blake Neer. They've been the class of the field here tonight, but could tire strategy play a role? Green flag is back out, and look at Dale Shaw trying to roll around the outside. with those 4 fresh tires. DiVincenzo, oh, they're wrecking behind them here on the back straightaway. Big crash on the back chute. Yellow flag coming out, and they're still wrecking into turn number 3. The track was blocked from about 13th on back there in that one, and they're going to get it sorted out here. It's going to give us a restart with less than 10 to go. So take the drama meter and crank it up another 5 notches. We're going to have ourselves a great finish to this race. They're going to have a restart with less than 10 to go.
Brody McPherson was involved in that. A number of cars involved. Ryden Lapsevich, I believe, was the car that came in and flipped right near the end of that skirmish. Matt's queuing up a replay so we can know for sure who all was in that. Parker Traves was in it, Justin Collison, Garrett Teemersma, Jamie Dyson.
A bad night gone worse there for Parker Traves, who ran in the top 3, top 4 positions all night long tonight. Taking a look at some of the comments here. We got some comments coming in here for Shaw. Comments coming in for Lappy versus Shaw. This will be a good one.
Nice job by Kyle Steckley and Joe Lawrence to weave through that wreck without taking on huge amounts of damage. And yeah, the rivalries that we're seeing in this series and the drivers that are running towards the front, that's what's so exciting for me. Because the race fans who can sit here on a cold January night where it's been snowing like crazy in southern Ontario, this is what we can look forward to this summer.
Absolutely, and what a way to pass the time here in the off season. You know, I honestly, I don't know what I would have done these last 2 or 3 off seasons without a little bit of fun with iRacing and doing some broadcast and teaming up with you guys. This has really been a lot of fun, and this finish is going to be fun here. We're right now 92. They'll come across the line here for 93, and I don't know if this will be 1 to go that time by. I think they may need another lap here. Yeah, lights are still on, so we'll still have another lap yet to go.
So that restart, everything that happened, we could have predicted. The top 3 moved to the bottom. Dale Shaw was given free run of the outside lane, so we're going to do the best we can on the inside. Dale, if you're going to pass us, you're going to do it the long way, and it was about to develop. We were about to see what was going to happen. Ray Morneau in the 03, the driver out of Windsor, Ontario, his car was so loose going into turn, I don't know if it was 1 or 3 a few laps ago. You could almost see right through the passenger window to the driver's window down the length of the straightaway. He was sideways.
Why don't we see if we can get a word here quick. We'll check in with one of our in-race reporters, Dale Shaw. And Dale, coming for this restart here with those 4 fresh tires. Things are looking pretty good for you. Can you get it done?
I'm going to try my best. The strategy kind of worked out so far. I just got to nail this restart and try and get to the bottom.
All right, man. Good luck to you here. We've been having fun watching you come through the pack.
All right, thanks, guys.
What do you hear there from that driver, Adam? I hear confidence, but yet a lot of this is still up in the air.
I was surprised to hear him say he was looking for the bottom of the racetrack, but here we go.
Back to the green. 5 laps to go as they cross the line this time. It'll be 5 to go here from USA, and Shaw got a great run there on the outside, but he's going to lose that position off of turn 2. He's still side by side into the corner. Your top 2 starting to break away just a little bit, and Shaw just can't hang on that outside groove, and now he's going to tuck back into line. Can he make a move here into turn number 1? Boy, they are close. Look at the distance there. Could not fit a sheet of paper between them, but DiVincenzo is going to run away from him here to turn number 3.
I'm really impressed with these top 3 drivers still having enough car to drive away from Dale Shaw. He was fast on equal equipment, let alone with fresher tires.
And now here we go with 3 laps to go. Does Blake Neer, who picked up the win last week at South Boston, and the yellow flag comes out. Caution flag is out, and that's going to set us up for a green-white-checkered finish here tonight from USA.
Nick Ramsey and DJ Christie. And I'll tell you, if I'm Dale Shaw, I'm kicking myself. He needed that third spot. A restart from the inside row, one row behind the leaders, could have been a game changer.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing there. If he just one spot he could have gotten there, that would have made a world of difference here for the green-white-checkered. One car getting around DJ Christie, getting involved in that. I tell you what, that's a sharp-looking race car there for DJ Christie. That bright yellow, man, you could see that thing from Ontario, Canada, all the way to Lakeland, Florida, there at USA.
His sprint car looks that good too. Bright yellow wing, easy to find him on the racetrack. My old eyes appreciate that sort of thing.
Oh, he had one car. Well, that was Dyson, I think, that went for a ride on. Oh yeah, dude, he launched her right into the pit area. And then down into turn one, it looked like Steckley and the 07 came together, and the 07 went around. But, wow, Dyson went for a heck of a ride. He cleared the front stretch wall.
That was something to see. I hadn't seen that until this replay.
You can only see that on iRacing. So, tough break for those guys.
Yeah, Nick Ramsey and DJ Christie both down in pit road. How many cars do we have left on the lead lap, as we're going to see a green-white checker finish? We looked through the running order. Big Colton Everingham, Joe Lawrence has had an eventful night. He's into the top 10. Ryden Lapsevich, how is that car surviving?
That's absolutely true. Yeah, running in 15th. Right now we've got 22 cars on the lead lap. The first car lap down is actually 2 laps down, and that was Ryan Dyson, who went for the wall ride and unexpected entrance onto pit road here that brought us initially onto the yellow flag. Trayton Lapsevich, your race leader, and Adam, I don't know how I feel about trying to pick here, but we've got folks here in the chat on GeForce TV wanting to know who we think's going to win this one. I really don't know. I really don't. And I hate to pick a winner here because I think Lapsevich is strong, and he's always good on restarts. He has been for as long as I've been broadcasting races that he's been a participant in here on iRacing. But I still wonder if Blake Neer's got a little something here, especially when we're going to be on a green-white-checkered. I think this is going to be exciting. And don't count out the pizza man.
But you got that right. Before this broadcast began, in our racer server, Kyle Edgar restarted on the outside front row of Brody McPherson. He jumped the start and was disqualified, so he didn't get to compete in the driver server tonight. So Don York, the one thing he looks for, the leader has to fire first. That's a huge advantage to Trayton Lapsevich, but Blake Neer. So he's got to time this just right, but not get too good of a start.
Lapsevich Neer will be the front row. DiVincenzo and Dale Shaw will be row number 2. Row 3 is, we didn't talk about him when he broke into the top 5 here, but Jake Watson now going to restart 5th alongside Ray Morneau in the 03. So good run here for Watson, who's gotten his way up into the top 5, but all eyes are now on the front row. Pace car clears off of the racetrack. Green, white, checkered will be the finish here tonight at USA. Green lights are on. Let's see who's going to get it here. And DiVincenzo got a great restart on the bottom lane. Battling with Neer for position number 2 as Lapsevich going to try and drive away. And the pizza man's up to 2nd. Here they'll come back to the white this time. Boy, Neer tried to fight hard on the outside lane, but DiVincenzo is there, so put him up to 2nd. He got a little loose off the corner, and as they battle, Trayton Lapsevich looks out his rearview mirror and says, "You boys go ahead and battle. I'm going to try and drive away and win round number 2 here for the winter meltdown." Boy, what a big move for Neer to clear DiVincenzo into turn 3, but off of turn number 4, taking the win in round number 2 is Trayton Lapsevich. He'll win here at USA. Blake Neer comes home 2nd. Tyler DiVincenzo will finish 3rd. Jake Watson and Gareth Gonder, who we followed up through the field on those 4 fresh tires, will round out tonight's top 5. Adam, what a finish, and Trayton Lapsevich, a monster restart just when he needed to have one.
That was really good racing, right? That's what we want to see. Exciting action. At the front, it was good, clean racing. You start 30 cars on a short track, you're going to have drama near the back of the field. But at the front, it was all great racing.
You see the top 10 finishers there on your screen. We will step aside quickly here, and we'll get some words out of the way while we get your top 3 lined up here in Victory Lane. Stick around when we come back. Victory Lane ceremonies here from USA. Stay tuned.
What makes a trailer a Miska? Is it the heavy-duty Canadian steel they are made from? Or is it the exceptional finish that will last year after year? How about knowing that these are the best back trailers in the industry? These are the reasons you buy Miska. So what makes these trailers a Miska? It's the hard-working Canadians who craft them. We are Miska. We are Canadian tough.
There are a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave Ribs. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.
A guy like this, who relies on his truck for work, knows that his truck will take care of him if he takes care of his truck. And WeatherTech has always been the ultimate protection. From floor liners to no-drill mud flaps to tech liner for your truck bed to bump step to the handy under-seat storage system. And Cup Phone keeps phones secure in any cup holder. Order your ultimate protection today at weathertech.ca.
There are a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave sausages and street dogs. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.
Welcome back to the USA International Speedway. Coverage of round number 2 of the Grisdale Racing Products Winter Meltdown presented by Caldecott Millwright Services, as well as our great sponsors at London Recreational Racing. My name is Steve Ovens here, down on pit road here, talking to your top 3 finishers. We'll head to Victory Lane here momentarily, but we're going to talk with our third place finisher, Tyler DiVincenzo, right now. And Tyler, great run here toward the end. You were able to get yourself back into the top 5 and hold on for a podium finish here tonight in the 97. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, car was really good this race. We had to avoid some pretty big wrecks up there, which helped us a lot. And yeah, can't thank all my sponsors enough. Maker Pizza, Retail Design Group, Merge Force Socks, MRC Wireless, and Reaper Speed Lab.
Tell us about the green-white-checkered run. You and Blake put on a great show there for the second spot. I mean, everybody kind of giving everything they've got there at the end.
Yeah, it was good. Going into 3, I kind of got sideways on entry, got up into him a little bit, and then didn't want to wreck us, so I kind of just let him go after that.
Well, tell us about, I think you mentioned some of them, but tell us about the folks that are on board with your effort here. And again, congratulations on a podium run here tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, my real-life sponsors in the APC series, Maker Pizza, they just became our primary for this year. Retail Design Group, they've been with us for about 4 years now. Merge 4 is new this year. MRC, they've supplied us with radios the past few years.
Well, you had a lot of folks that were rooting you on here on GeForce TV. Great run again here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, there's Tyler. Let's head over to our second place finisher tonight, who is with Adam Ross. That's Blake Neer, our winner from last week at South Boston.
Man, Blake, restart after restart on the outside. Did you think you had a chance on any of them? It just looked like it was too hard to get the run you needed on Trayton.
Yeah, I mean, the outside wasn't really there. Usually never really comes in here. But, I mean, we timed those restarts pretty well most of the night. So, I mean, that's a plus. We just couldn't get the pass done.
In the middle stages of the race, you had the leader at one point. You had a real good race car out there. Did you have a better car in the middle of the race than you did at the end to vie for the lead?
Yeah, for sure. We were better at the start there. I think midway we got the car just broke loose and train got by us there and pretty much just couldn't get back by him.
If you don't mind, Blake, a lot of people asked me last week after the race. They said, "Who is this Blake Neer?" They're familiar with a lot of names. A lot of people in the scene, racing scene in Ontario, not as familiar with Blake Neer. Where can people see you race?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be running Pro Challenge in 2021 this year, so I'll be on the track there all over Ontario.
Right on. Who do you want to thank for your sponsors?
I just want to thank T. Weber and Buck Brothers and you guys for broadcasting.
Right on. Great job tonight, Blake. I'll mention it to you here. We got to get these skins adjusted a little bit. Get the Hoosier off these fenders with American Racer putting up the prizes and the money for this season. But other than that, the car looks fantastic.
Thank you, boys.
All right, we'll head now down to Victory Lane to talk to tonight's winner, and that, of course, is Trayton Lapsevich in the 32. And Trayton, you put on a great race, and early it seemed like patience was the key for you early, and then you were able to put on a great show here with Blake for the race lead.
Yeah, really just a ton of fun there. Like Blake was saying, once you get in second, it's tough to pass, and Blake kind of slipped up there in the middle. He got a little free off, as he said, and I thought I had to take advantage of it then, and it was definitely a good call. Tried to save tires from then on, and then from there it was just being good on the restarts because we had a lot of them to finish out the race.
It was interesting on the broadcast to see, the rotors glowing and doing everything here around USA. Just how hard is it to try and conserve that tire? Because there was an opportunity to pit with 40 to go, but man, you don't want to give up that track position. How tough is that trying to conserve that tire?
Yeah, the tire on iRacing now is a lot more sensitive. They've made it so you had to deal with the tire and you had to deal with the track changing throughout the race too as we went from day to night. So yeah, I didn't do bad at saving the tire. I actually ran my fastest lap on the last lap there, lap 105.
Wow. Well, that's impressive, man. You had Caden fill in for you last week, and now you get a win here in round 2. It's got to have you looking forward here to the rest of the run here for the series.
Yeah, really excited for the rest of the season there. Just got to thank Ace Services, Reaper Speed Lab, and all the guys at BD Lacey Sport, and obviously G-Force for putting on this league and giving us a place to race in the off season.
Well, we had a lot of fans commenting here in the chat box tonight talking about how good that race car looks, and they're getting it up close and personal look at it right now. A great job, and also a shout-out of thanks for putting up the pole award here for the remainder of the series events. We really appreciate your guys' efforts there. All right, there's your winner tonight, Trayton Lapsevich, who brings home the victory here tonight at USA International. Want to thank all those drivers for joining us here in Victory Lane. And Adam, that's going to do it for us. We'll get ready for round number 3 next Tuesday night. I already can't wait for it.
Yeah, I was impressed with tonight. It was good racing, and it's good to clear out the vocal cords a little bit and call some action.
Absolutely. We'll get us ready for race season one way or another. Hey, I want to thank everybody that's tuned in here on G-Force TV, throwing in all the comments and really having a lot of fun with us tonight. We appreciate that. If you're still tuned in here, do us a big favor, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to G-Force TV, be sure to do that too. And when you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell while you're there. It'll give you notifications the next time we've got some great live content. And we've got a lot of great content here on G-Force TV to bring to you all off season and during race season long as well. Shout out to Matt Thomas up in the executive producer's booth tonight, running the video for us from FLX Media Group, doing a great job. Adam, thank you very much for your help here in the booth as well. And on behalf of everybody here with the Winter Meltdown, my name is Steve Ovens, the voice of the Winter Meltdown, saying thank you for joining us. We'll see you next Tuesday, February 2nd. Next time we'll see you, we'll turn a calendar month here, and we'll get back to some more great racing here with the Winter Meltdown. From Lakeland, Florida, congratulations to tonight's winner, Trayton Lapsevich.
What makes a trailer a Miska? Is it the heavy-duty Canadian steel they're made from? Or is it the exceptional finish that will last year after year? How about knowing that these are the best back trailers in the industry? These are the reasons you buy Miska. So what makes these trailers a Miska? It's the hard-working Canadians who craft them. We are Miska. We are Canadian tough.
There are a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave Ribs. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.
A guy like this, who relies on his truck for work, knows that his truck will take care of him if he takes care of his truck. And WeatherTech has always been the ultimate protection. From floor liners to no-drill mud flaps to tech liner for your truck bed to bump step to the handy under-seat storage system. And Cup Phone keeps phones secure in any cup holder. Order your ultimate protection today at weathertech.ca.
There are a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave sausages and street dogs. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.